face potential military strikes. We also heard the president say this week that the situation with Iran is entering, quote, dangerous territory as the time is ticking to stop Iran from making nuclear bombs. Now, the Iran threat Geiger counter says that Iran's atomic weapon system has reached the highest level. That's extremely dangerous because of their ability to produce high amounts of enriched uranium to build nuclear weapons quickly. Now, meanwhile, the White House says more than 75 countries have been in touch to negotiate over President Trump's tariffs, with 15 offers on the table.
Good morning, Brenda. Brenda.
Substantially lower typical tariff rates during this period to potential solution can be. And China announced the 25% duties on American imports in response to the Trump administration's 145% tariff.
Just getting things set up here. Okay, everybody, I think we got her now. Okay. Hang on a minute. Let me put up the screen.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Brenda.
Hey, there he is. Here's Mr. Ed.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. And you?
I went and got 2 ships this morning, came back, and I got the half edited, but
Nice. Morning, Jim.
Jim's here. Good morning, Jim. Boy, you were sorely missed when you were gone. And I understand you had personal issues going on, but hey, everybody asked about Jim, didn't they, Ed?
Yes, they did. Welcome back. Hope everything's going good.
Yep. Brenda has got her little angel, and she's ecstatic about it.
What's the weather down there, Paul?
Well, it's not bad. It's 36 degrees, which is above freezing, and no wind at all.
Nice. Here too is no wind and high +6.
So what's your plans for the day? You got any big plans?
No, I might just go flying. Maybe take the wife for ice cream and go flying later.
Take the wife flying, huh?
Yep, for ice cream and then go flying. Yep.
Oh, there you go. I just got done eating a breakfast bowl while I was editing, and Boone got his breakfast, so he's kind of happy as can be, because if he was happy, he'd be out chasing squirrels the rest of his life. I'll be right back. I'm gonna pitch some peanuts real fast.
Okay.
Hey, right there. Stay. No.
Morning, East Coast.
Yeah, he should come on Fox News. Yeah, because, American, he wants to be. Nobody.
What's everyone's plans for today when I checked? What your ladies and gentlemen's doing today? It is Saturday. It's a relaxing day. Morning, Mark. Oh, we'll be right back. He went to feed his little friends. Morning, Mr. Mark.
I had,
Or should I say good afternoon?
yeah, afternoon.
Hey, Mark, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, Paul.
I had to pitch some peanuts out.
You had to go and throw some ground bait out for the squirrels.
Yep, for
To
my
bring
little
the-
my little squirrel families.
Yeah, to bring the squirrels around so that Boone can chase them.
Morning, Skyfly.
Hi, Joel.
Yeah, Boone loves to chase the squirrels and the birds now. Now that it's getting towards springtime, there's more and more birds out there on the lawn, and he goes out the back door and chases them, and they scatter. And
Mm-hmm.
he's a typical beagle boy. I tell you, he's on the hunt all the time. Ed, have you ever had a beagle?
No, no.
Wow. Well, they're entertaining, but be cautious because their second nature is not to listen to you, even though you might feed them and love them. Their first nature is hunt, hunt, hunt.
He's okay there. You got a big yard, so he can run back and forth.
Mark, does anybody have any beagles where you are?
I don't know anybody that's got one now.
I'm gonna say I think they're pretty scarce.
Yeah, because over there they were used for what's it? Like animal testing with cigarettes. That was what all the big stink was about over beagles donkeys years ago.
Ooh, Bill is going fishing. Well, we can't go fish here for another couple weeks.
Yeah, Bill is Brenda's husband.
Yeah, yeah. I figured I.
I don't know if Brenda, do you have a boat too? Like a fishing boat or anything, or
They have one of those blow up boats, you know, with the pump, with the pedals.
Mm. Yeah, it's like Manchester City are actually trying today. They're playing Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace scored in the 8th minute and the 21st minute to go 2-0 up. Then City scored in the 33rd, the 36th, the 47th, the 56th, and the 79th to be leading 5-2 with only a couple of minutes left.
You're talking about soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Brenda responded they have a John boat because they live on a canal.
Nice.
How Brenda, how's a little angel doing?
What the hell's a John boat?
It's probably like a canoe, I would think.
Mm.
I could be wrong. Skyfly TJ's probably still sleeping.
I don't know. TJ didn't say whether he was working today or not.
There's some John boats.
Well, I can't see that. Miles too small. Oh, right. Yeah, it's like a flat bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, they're flat bottom boats.
Mm.
They're
Cool.
they're metal.
They're not expensive either.
No, because then here's like a picture of you got to have a little pad to sit on, you know. But you can also put a small motor on the back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can use your arms.
Yep. There's a guy out fishing in a John boat. Small motor. He's got electric trolling motor, and he's all set, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him go. Maybe that's Bill.
It could be.
Mhm.
Skyfly says he's got a rowboat that's similar to a John boat. I guess it's just terminology.
Well, rowboat just means you row it.
Well, and in most rowboats, rowboats that I have ever seen, they always have a point on the end of them, where a John boat has a flat front.
Mm-hmm.
Here we call it a canoe.
No, a rowboat tends to be smaller and wider than a canoe. unless it's the skulls that they use in the Olympics and stuff like that, which is different.
Where's our best friend Joe? Did he have to work today?
No, he usually pops in a little bit later. I don't know. Maybe Johnny's on this morning.
No, I think Scott's on.
Oh, Scott's on.
Yeah.
What do you want, Boner?
Our buddy Joe's still sleeping.
Boner, you're scratching me.
Hmm?
Bone. What you doing? What you doing? Come here. You're scratching me. You're scratching me. You're scratching me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're licking me and scratching me. Yeah. I'll let you out, but you gotta behave yourself. Okay. I'm gonna let him out. Right back.
Well, it's a nice 18 degrees again here today.
Nice. Here, at least the wind had calmed down overnight, and it's +6. So
I don't think we've got a lot of wind. What is it? Oh, a bit more than yesterday. 12 mile an hour gusting to 23.
it's supposed to go to, if I remember correct, it's supposed to go to like 64, 65.
Oof.
That's +18.
Yeah, that's what we're at.
Up.
Okay.
Oh, there's Mr. Joe.
Hey, Joe, what's you know?
I've been here. I've been doing something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, Brenda, Jim. Hey, Jim, glad to see you. Dusty, Joel. Got a few people in the chat. Mark, Ed. I was watching a video they got from Jefferson Parish. It's Metairie, Louisiana. It's right next to New Orleans. They had a guy that was arrested, and he started fighting with the female deputy. And he's on the ground with the female deputy. He gets his arm and puts it around her throat and starts choking her. So he's choking the female deputy, got her by the hair and choking her, right? She's trying to get out of it, but she's pinned. She's actually pinned. Other deputy runs up, grabs him, trying to get him loose, can't get him loose, and starts kicking him in the head and hitting his head on the ground. Hits his head on the ground 3 times. Now they're gonna say that the deputy used too much force.
Should have just tased him.
What?
They should have shot his ass.
That's what I was just about to say.
Too dangerous.
They showed the guy all side of his face is swollen way out to here. He's got cuts all on his face on the ground. He got the guy loose. I'm gonna put it like this: he used equal force to what the guy was doing because he was using deadly force.
Yeah, I'd say you cannot use excessive force when the life of an officer is in.
That's right. When he's using deadly force, choking the deputy, he's trying to kill that deputy. You use whatever force you need to get him off. He kicked him 4 times in the head, and the guy let go. And he stomped him, boom, 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 like that. because he was up there trying to grab the hand and he couldn't get it loose. And look, she might have been passing out. So he just started kicking him in the head and he let go then.
Oh,
And when he got him loose, he still had to fight with him.
Mm.
And he's going to internal affairs about it. Internal affairs says he was justified. That's what it should
Yeah, I would say so.
That's almost like what happened here yesterday afternoon. They had a police chase and they blocked the guy in on the street, like in a block. And he had a pickup truck. He tried to ram the police cruiser, but he climbed the sidewalk and he went around the police cruiser. So one officer decided to fucking unload his gun at the guy. He shot it towards people's houses like 7 times, missed the guy. So now he's under investigation for shooting his gun.
be. Wow. Well, we got to do an investigation anyway, but it's not the point. You know what I mean? Don't put it out there and make it sound like you did something wrong.
Mm.
Where's this guy located at? So I got a guy trying to buy my. See, I really don't care
Again.
about selling them. Those 2 drones I got for sale.
Mm.
So I've got one on eBay, and the guy I had it for $1,000 out there. Nobody bid on it. Now it might be harder to get drones, so I put it up to $1,250. Now I got a guy that offered me $1,100 for it, so I just ignored it. Right? Came back and he said $1,187. I ignored it. Now he says $1,200. Right? He says $1,200, and I haven't said anything to him. Now I've got it set on a buy it now, but I've got it buy it now for $1,250.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to get about a little more than $1,000 out of it because of the fees, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd rather get $1,250 out of it. I really would. I was going to sell it, but I've got it set that if somebody makes me an offer, they got to go to $1249.99 to get the offer. So they're going to have to buy $1,250 or keep doing that, right? So $1,250 gets me about almost $1,100. So I could almost live with that, you know.
Johnny said sell it.
I'm not talking to you. After that little piece of secret information you let out today, and I was at your house, I ain't talking to you.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about. This might be a sneak preview tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, you treat Johnny like he's some kind of a confidant of yours.
No,
There's a difference.
I thought he was a friend.
That's what a friend do. Friends tout everything that their friends do. A
Good morning,
confidant
TJ.
locks their lips. They don't say nothing.
It's starting to be hard to like him, man. After what he said today.
What did he
I
do,
heard
Joe?
You're right,
I
Giggles.
heard you.
Joe, what did he do?
Giggles.
You need to talk about it, Joe. Let it out.
No, I can't let it out because at least I'm a friend. He said it could be a sneak something. I ain't saying nothing else.
Joe.
He said make sure you don't miss drones and coffee in the morning.
Hey, we're gonna have a new saying for you, Joe. Let it go, Joe.
No.
Look,
Okay,
Mr.
I could go. I'll see y'all.
Look, look at Mr. Johnny. You hurt Joe's feelings.
It's all right. I understand. And then he showed a picture of all them 7 pounds of fried shrimp, and then he didn't even offer me 1 shrimp.
What does your front of your shirt say, Joe?
It said that was normal 3 drones ago. That's what it said.
Good morning,
Normal
Matt.
3 drones ago.
Good morning, Matt Props.
But actually, it's 9 drones ago now.
Mhm.
Oh, that was funny.
Come to see me. You come to see me.
Johnny, don't take it too hush, because he's just
I ain't taking it no way. They don't give a damn.
he's just blowing hard air at you.
Yeah, 6 pounds of shrimp. That's if it would have been 7 pounds, they'd offer me something.
Were they cooked already, Joe?
Well, yeah, he got it on his. I'll show you. I'll show you. Hurt my feelings when I saw it. I wake up and look at this picture. And I said, "You got to be kidding me!"
Oh,
Oh, look at that. Oh, all deep from
And
the
now one of them had my name on it.
whoa! Now there's some shrimp.
6 pounds of shrimp.
Holy, Mr. Johnny, you eat the whole 6 pound yourself?
No, he got a bunch of people over there to eat.
Oh,
That was 2 bags. That was 12 pounds of shrimp. I should have bought 2 bags, Johnny. I really should have. It was $7.99 for the 6 pounds.
That's funny.
Or 3 pounds. What it was? 3 pounds. 3 pounds, $7.99. So
Oh, my-
about half of that is what I've got in the freezer, less 3 handfuls.
Joe, doing nothing is hard. You never know when you're done.
That's right. It was 3 pounds in each bag. And they had the 1 bag when I got there left.
I don't quite understand what Jim was talking about. That helicopter that crashed in New York. You wanted to know if it was anywhere near Beausart, Louisiana, around your area.
Broussard.
I don't think New York's anywhere near me,
No.
Louisiana.
It's not
No,
near.
the company that owns it out of Broussard, Louisiana.
yeah,
Oh,
the
Alright.
company, yeah, that's what he's talking about. Apparently, they had problems with that helicopter 3 times. Well, this was the 3rd time.
Well, apparently now there's a big conspiracy theory. Oh, he bought 6 bags yesterday. I'm gonna have to go back and get me another bag.
Oh, wow, 6 bags.
Johnny's
Wow,
stocking up on the shrimp.
Hey, $7.99 for 3 pounds.
wow, that's
It's all peeled and frozen. All you got to do is take a handful out and cook it as you need it. For me,
Wow.
that's what I did yesterday. I made the pasta. I took a handful of it, put it in the thing. I cooked it with all the seasoning, blackened it, made my Alfredo, put it on top. You know, ate it like that.
Now,
The other day I made shrimp sandwiches with it.
are they breaded or no?
No, they're just plain shrimp, just
Okay,
peeled.
because the ones he pictured that showed they were breaded, right?
Oh yeah, he breaded those. He did that.
Mr. Johnny, I think you got to
Oh,
come up and
come
defend
on.
yourself.
Johnny.
There he is.
Hey, Johnny.
Look at Joel.
Joe turned his camera off.
What do you do?
Turned his camera off.
Oh man, I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked by that action figure of Joe. He's like 6'2", 150 pounds.
Yeah. he's got
That's a good view. That's a good view. That's his best shot ever.
yeah. Camera off.
No, he's ass backwards.
No, he's just turned backwards.
I'm shocked by that action figure of Joe.
I do have a question for you there, Johnny.
6'2", 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Last night I printed 3 of those
That's a
bulbs
good
for
view.
the
That's a
tulips.
good view. That's his best shot ever. For what? Wait, I'm getting
For
a
the
He's-
tulips.
Yeah, you're getting the
YouTube.
feedback, Johnny.
I think he got his YouTube.
Hold on. All right. Hello?
Rookie error.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not-
the tulips you make for the stems.
yeah.
Did you do anything different to them to make them stick to anything?
No.
Because last night I put them on, and about 3 o'clock in the morning I heard boom.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
What was that? I said,
How many
"It's
you
the tulip
printed?"
fell off." 3.
Yeah, that's what I was printing. They probably, I mean, I never had any trouble with them, but they all kind of tall, you know.
Well, what happens? I think what I did, looked at it, and I don't think there's enough support on the bottom to hold them because it got a little bit of support.
Yeah.
So I put a little bit more. I'm gonna try it again. But I woke up this morning, I had 3 of them on the ground, and I had nothing but the light blue filament all over the place.
Oh, wow, look at those.
You want
Yeah,
me
they
to
look nice.
print 'em for you? You want me to print them for you?
I got it.
They like
Do they
I
come
got
with,
it.
Joe,
Mr. Johnny, do they come with the plate of shrimp too?
oh yeah, well, we ate all the shrimp. Don't tell Joe.
Yeah, I know that.
Man,
So
them
they
shrimp.
still have them on sale?
Yeah, they still on sale through today. We went and picked up 6 packs last night.
I might have to go get me another one.
But we're going to Costco in a few minutes. My other daughter wants some, so we're gonna stop on the way back.
Hi, Randy.
So you'll stop it on the way back, get some more?
Yeah, for Andrea, my other daughter wants some.
Somebody's still got YouTube playing.
Hey Joe, how'd you do that action picture? Like, it's like 6'2" and 125 pounds and chiseled.
I just went through and I just gave my picture. I got a whole bunch of different things I put in there, what I wanted on it and everything else.
I tell you what, I want one of them chisel bodied action figures like that.
Hey, what I like is I did a web page for Mandeville, right?
Yeah.
Let me get it for you.
Oh, Joe, what was you talking about this morning? What were you talking about? Some secret?
What you said this morning.
I didn't say
About,
anything.
okay, I'll leave it alone.
You must have still been on your sleeping pill.
No, I heard you say might be a sneak preview or something tomorrow.
It's not me, but somebody may show it. Somebody's gonna pop on. They do have it already.
Because I was gonna say if I was at your house and you don't have it and you
Nah.
had it and you didn't show me, we're gonna talk.
He did a test flight with it yesterday, so he did put up a video, so it's okay. So
I guess you mean the V-Copter's been sent out somewhere.
yeah, well, one of the Aldrin had it.
I know.
Aldrin had it.
Yeah, Aldrin had it like a prototype. This is I'm not sure if this is a final edition, but it's definitely better than what Aldrin had. So
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Johnny.
Look at that. That's when he was like
So-
17 years old.
yeah,
So when Mandeville football on their site, it says photos, AI press NOLA on it. So they click on it, they go to this site. So it gives them the information. And since they see me on the sideline like this all the time with the headband and everything, that's why I put that on there.
Who's that on the right side though, holding that camera?
That's the what you call it with the headband.
That don't look like nothing like the guy on the left side.
Yeah, well, that's the picture they made off of this one. And then they could click on it and read all that stuff like that.
You know,
And
I'm
if they
messing.
click on this right here, this brings them to the site where the pictures are going to be.
Oh man.
fully down.
So now I've got a direct link to the parents on the main site that they're going to use this year.
You should have come shot some of Bailey yesterday. She did so good, man. She got second out of 24.
Should have told me.
Yeah. She man, she threw within, I think all 6 of her throws were within about 2 feet of each other, 120, 121 feet.
Did
What
you
was
see
that?
that
Throwing
video
what?
of the Neo at Bogfalaya?
Yeah.
You saw how when it got over the water, how it decided it didn't know what it wanted to do?
Did the little, I see the light seemed like it helped a little bit, huh?
All I'm telling you is if you look at the video coming out Monday morning, I might change it. I might say something different in it because I said on there, I don't think this is the worst drone ever yet now anymore.
So, I got
But
something
it's
coming.
still a Neo.
I got something coming from Star RC. He messaged me last night, actually.
Good. Give me one and I'll send down the other one I got back. The Amazon.
What was she throwing, Johnny?
Huh?
Javelin.
Oh, she was throwing a javelin, yeah, yesterday. My granddaughter.
I actually managed to get the shortest ever javelin throw in our sports day at college, at school. As I went to
morning,
launch it, the back end of it caught me foot and threw it up in the air. And it actually went all of 2 feet.
Everybody had a duck, huh?
No, it just landed. It just went. The back end went up in the air, so I just threw it straight down into the ground.
Good morning, my ball.
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Donald,
I bet you don't have a fisheye action figure, though.
Yes, I do. You sent me one.
I know, I saw it. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I've started making that little thing last night, but I've got to get people to give me full length ones. Started making that composite.
That's what we need to
Really?
do. Make like the drone poster that Scotty does with all the faces. We could do all action figures.
Johnny, I'm ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
That's why I put on the site, everybody send me one.
Then what we need to do is get the vinyl of it and we'll print them on the back of a shirt. Those will look cool.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, I need to see the little small ones like this. That one's cut in half.
I look
Sergio's
like
cut
Bob.
in
I
half.
look like Bob Newhart. I need mine changed.
Yeah, I got to fix you. I wish everybody would make them like in a big package like that. It look better. Although, except I'm just putting them up there right now, 'cause I could take them and move them around.
Why is everybody so skinny except me? Look at Philip Kochai and Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney got a little gut right there.
Look
See
at Sean,
Fisheye?
Jason.
Fisheye got arms, and it says drone crasher, and it's got blades, arms and blades missing.
I'm
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Which one is you, Mr. Johnny?
Right
over
here.
on the left on the second row. I look like a little nerd.
Oh, that little guy right there in the corner?
Yeah,
Right here.
I'm doing a redo.
Oh,
Scrap
And
wow.
they got TJ.
Tom Dowling, yeah, he looks like me, short. We need to. I mean, Joe's like 6'6" and like chiseled.
Ah. Hey, got to make it the way you want it to look.
He looks like what's his name? The
He's
model.
been working out.
Yeah, one fork at a time.
Now look at that.
Oh man,
That looks just like me on the sideline.
it does. If you say so. What is that down there? Is that a V-Copter Mini?
Yeah, it's a V-Copter Mini.
Oh, it kind of looks like this one in this box over here. Just saying.
There you go. There you go.
I shot
Hard
some
to
of
like it, Johnny. Hard to like it.
I shot some of the softball game last night from the Air3S behind
How
here.
many rules you broke?
I was like, shoot, I was way over the soccer field shooting into the softball field.
Well, you're okay because they don't have 10,000 people there, right?
No, hell no.
Oh, you good.
Actually, it's 30,000 people.
Well, it's got to be a stadium that holds at least 10,000. That's one of the things. But I think it's 30,000 got to be there.
Well, they'll
So
be
they can get you for both.
They'll be sitting in each other's lap. If 30,000 people need to be in a 10,000-foot stadium.
Well, I know. Because you see, Mandeville Stadium holds, I think it's 5,000 that it could hold. Now, if Mandeville gets what they want, they're going to have the best stadium in the state. The sports complex that they're talking about building, $30 million. It's just for the weight room and for all the stuff. It's going to look like LSU. And then they're going to add on to the stadium, and they got a scoreboard they're putting up. They're hoping to have up before the season. Everything's ready to get put in, but they can't get the clearance. The city won't let them do it. It takes up the whole back end zone, the south end zone, and it's going to be the size of the bleachers in the back, about 25 feet high, 25 by about 40.
That's crazy.
State of the art, all camera, all big TVs, everything on it. And I hope they hurry up and put it in, because that's the side of the end zone that's dark. That's going to be more light there for me. They'll lighten up the field.
You'll be retired by the time they build that son bitch.
I hope so.
That'll take 5 years to build.
Hey, Johnny, my daughter needs a job, an LPN job. So if you know any places that are hiring nurses, let me know.
Yeah, I don't, but I could ask Andrea. She's over there.
'Cause she'll work hard. You know, she's just got to work. She went to a walkthrough over at Oshner the other day, walked around, came back, said she thinks she's got it, everything looked good, and went with somebody else. Every time she goes to something, they come back with somebody else gets it. You know, it's like, I said, what are you doing? What are you saying? You know?
Matt designed you got Coach Babin, and this is the volleyball part of the of course you got to print the top for the light box,
Okay.
purple and white.
Randy made a Marine Corps emblem sign
Oh, really?
that was on there this morning. Oh my God.
He's doing good. Yeah, Randy doing good.
He's got a bamboo too, right?
He's got the A1.
Yeah, bamboo.
I
That's
think
what it is.
he's got the AMS though. What's the name? Rick did. Man, Rick did these good though. Tell you what, he did a good job with these things.
Well, that's cool.
Coasters, but he glued them together.
Here's what Randy made this morning. He showed me.
Oh yeah, that's a light box.
It's got a light behind it.
I wonder what kind of light is it low LEDs or is that?
I have to ask him.
Matt
But that's
ordered
cool.
some from AliExpress, but it's like a little 2 meter strip. What is 2 meters? About 7 feet, I guess. I don't know what meters.
Yeah. Something like that.
Less
See, my
than
problem is I'd have to
About
have a bamboo to print that.
about 6'8".
Okay, yeah. Tell you what, guys, if you order any drone parts and any stuff, hey, hit AliExpress up because I tell you what, they're a whole lot cheaper because some of the race day quads and all that and went up on a lot of motors and shit. They really haven't been placed under a tariff
Be
yet.
right back.
They're actually increasing their prices, you know. I'll be back too. Hold on one. I got a phone call.
So, Mr. Mark, what's your plans for the rest of the afternoon?
Same as yesterday and the day before, and tomorrow.
Not much, just laying around.
Watching the Masters.
Oh, the Masters. I was watching a little bit last night. That was pretty cool shot, eh? That guy when he shot it from the inside the trees.
Yeah. Yes, that was a brave shot.
Yeah. I guess the Empire was telling him he couldn't move the tree, I guess, the branches.
You can't move them because it's classed as building a stance. Plus, if you break anything before you start your swing, that's a penalty.
Oh, okay. He still got off a nice shot out of there, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. Ron Brown put on here about Lucy the elephant. That's the big statue they got basically of an elephant called Lucy the elephant.
It's
And
not a
somebody put up
statue.
that made it a attraction, right?
It's not a statue. It's
A
actually
big-
it's a building. It's actually got
Yeah,
a
it's a
restaurant
building.
inside it.
Yeah, so this is my thing. It's Senator Cory Booker put in a bill that gifted Lucy the elephant a $500,000 from the Senate's discretionary fund, right? Doge canceled it.
Well,
Why did Lucy the elephant need a $500,000?
I thought it was privately owned.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think they did a good job.
Because Ken
Why do you
Herron,
have to give them a $500,000 when they have a business and they charge people?
Ken Herron flew his drone through it.
Yeah. So if I put on there, yay, Doge did their job, I guess he'll get pissed, right?
Mhm.
I want to see, I bet you it's Marcus, let's see. If somebody had a sad face, I was supposed to say, I bet you it's Marcus. I would say saving the taxpayer money, yay. That's a $500,000, you know, what, why? You know? You want to give a $500,000 or something? Give it to homeless veterans. Have a fund for homeless veterans to get them in houses or get them a job or something. You know, the people that defended this country.
Mm.
Yeah.
Should be able to build at least a shelter with it.
Yeah. See, it's not like it was $10,000 or something like that. $500,000.
To be honest with you, when you consider the amount of abandoned buildings that the FPV guys fly through, what is wrong with the government taking those and converting them into shelters for things like that?
Yeah. What it was for, they were funding the cost of a long planned interior restoration and installation of a state-of-the-art fire suppression system.
Well, I know they've just spent
Don't care.
they just spent over a year doing up the outside of it.
Yeah.
They had scaffolding around it.
Yeah, we worked on it for a year, got the outside looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently the people had the money to do that. Now fix what you need on the inside. They probably got the $500,000 from the same guy to do the outside.
I see on TV, Joe, it's the morel mushroom hunting season.
Oh, you
Out
got to be
the woods.
careful. Tricky little buggers, them, they're hard to shoot.
Morel mushrooms. Hunting season is in full swing. I don't think I've ever eaten a morel mushroom. Have you, Joe?
No, I've eaten mushroom. I don't know if it was.
I've never shot one.
Oh, they're showing them with they cook them up with lots of butter and either shrimp or lobster season.
Wow. Yeah, I see Johnny's video. Johnny was sitting way off the field. Yeah, that was Johnny right here flying way off the field.
I've just decided what I'm going to have for tea now. Thanks, Paul.
What time is he on tomorrow, Joe?
Comes on in the morning around about the same, about a little bit before, about 40 minutes before Paul.
Oh, okay. So early. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have steak pie, mashed potato and mushrooms for me tea tonight. I've just decided.
Oh.
So you've already figured out your what you're eating this evening?
Paul, it's nearly this evening.
Oh, that's right. If you're 5 hours different,
It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
Year 20.
No, it was you talking about mushrooms then.
Four
Joe,
minutes.
Joe, you don't eat a lot of mushrooms, do you?
No, actually, no.
I love
Because I've
mushrooms.
never seen you cooking with mushrooms.
I've got a big gallon tub of mushroom soup powder in the kitchen. You just
The
take
only
a
time I
couple-
do mushrooms when I do steak.
Now, mushrooms are good on breakfast
Yeah, they would. It'd be good if it.
And the
But
eggs.
I just root regular eggs.
with the eggs, bacon, sausage, baked beans, tomatoes, fried bread, black pudding.
What the hell is black pudding?
It's a blood.
Leftover pudding from a week ago or what?
It's,
I know it's
It's a-
scary.
black pudding is a blood sausage. It looks like a sausage, only thicker.
Yeah, and
It's made with blood and fat.
yeah.
Yuck.
Oh, it's
Beautiful.
good. It's
It
good.
really is.
So
Especially
if you get lost out in the woods, just cut your finger off and suck it down, right?
especially fried with eggs. Oh, in the morning for breakfast. Oh,
With English mustard on it.
yeah, we make those too. The Portuguese people.
Yeah, you can even put chili flakes in it. That makes it even better.
Yeah, I get mad because I want to get this thing. I see him like this. I want to get that for my son. Because it's the 250th anniversary this year,
Yeah.
but they don't show you what's on the back. And when you go to these, they show you all the different services, but they don't show you the back. And I asked one company, what's on the back? And they said nothing. That don't make sense. What's on the freaking back? They could have a Marine Corps emblem on the back. That's all you need, you know?
Skyfly says he gets tons of those mushrooms growing in his backyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They grow quite nicely on well composted ground or on rotting branches.
So I got the one guy trying to buy the two Avadas from me for $1,200 right now. I got another guy that's asking about the Mini 3 Pro. Now it got out for 800, and he says, "What's the bottom price?" Like it says 800, you know, $800, dude.
Well, considering you were selling them so you could afford to buy the Mavic 4, you might as well forget it now because you'll never be able to afford it.
Well, that's what I've said, you know.
Mhm.
I should have, like I said, I should have bought that special Mavic 3 Pro they had that was on sale for $15.99.
Yeah.
With the one battery and the controller, and then I'd have sold these and I'd had another Mavic 3 Pro. I've been good. I really would have been good. Because I was looking at my flights last night. I've got almost 200 flights on my Mavic 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm at like 195 or something like that. I wish I had Care Refresh on it. You know what I mean? Because I do fly around a lot of trees.
Mhm.
I'm happy with it, because it's like I paid $16.98 for it
Well,
with two batteries.
you can still get Kirby Fresh on it. All they ask is for a few videos of certain parts of it and it flying to prove that there's no problems with it. And
Yeah,
they'll
but
put
Carry
Kirby
Fresh is expensive for a Mavic 3.
All right.
Like almost $400.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What,
that's
for
why
the year?
it's better to just put it on State Farm, my insurance, so that if something
Yeah.
happens to it, they just give me the money. But I can't replace that one. I can't replace that one with the money from State Farm because I got it refurbished. But at least I can get like the Mavic 3 Classic if I needed it. That's why I really wish I would have bought the $1,599 deal and then sold these two and then just paid it off. I'm gonna hold off on buying these things because I'm gonna ask my son if they have any at the exchange anniversary challenge coins. Because he may even have one for me already, knowing him. Because he has a habit of bringing me stuff like that. I told you the best thing I ever got from any one of my kids was from my son. He got me two things. He got me a T-shirt that said, "This shirt was given to me from my favorite kid." You know, but he brought me this. He brought me this one. It says it's the Marine Corps on the front. Down on the back it says USMC Dad.
Nice.
Oh,
So he brought me that one. That meant a lot to me.
the best
And then he
T-shirt.
brought me in, huh?
The best T-shirt I saw about the armed forces was join the army, travel to exotic countries, meet exotic people, and kill them.
What?
We used to have one that said, "Join the Marine Corps. You learn how to break things, and kill people."
Mm.
Then he brought me this one. It's got the Marine Corps emblem on the front and it had my rank on the back. Dude, why are these things in here? That's the best thing ever. The Trump 50-cent pieces.
Oh, poor Tomkin. There's an odd number of people got through to the final two rounds of the Masters, which means the first guy out this morning is playing on his own.
And that's what he gave me when I gave him his first salute. The dollar bill. That's a dollar coin. That's a tradition they have. Gonna get a big one. Okay.
And he's become even more last now because he's bogeyed the first hole.
Who's that?
Tom Kim. There was an odd number of people got through. So, because they play in pairs today, Tom Kim plays on his own, going out first. And now he's even another shot behind.
I wonder if it'd be easier to flop, do it by yourself, or do it with somebody with you.
Well, you have to watch it. You have to have a marker with you, but they don't play. They just walk around with you. And it's one of the officials. Because you can't mark your own card. Somebody else is supposed to mark it.
Boone, stop it.
Hey, Joe,
Yo,
he just, where is it?
Who else is playing?
This is one.
Spieth and Neumann.
yeah,
Neiman.
This is one, right?
yeah.
And then this is,
They teed off.
that's the front piece.
Okay.
Yeah, you get. I mean, he will probably play the round
This is the other one.
about half an hour less than the
Yeah,
next.
that's
I
nice.
think, but I think with the white would be better, right? It shows,
With the white around it.
yeah, like this one doesn't show much.
Yeah, you want a white. You want the white around it. Get a white around it, make it stand out.
Yeah, this one, right?
Let me see. Yeah, did he take it off the drone?
Yeah,
I'd have left the white on everything. Yeah, I would have left the white on everything. That way your name would have been in black and everything else. It looks like he changed some colors too.
that's the one with all the red.
Yeah. Well, that don't look bad. You see look at Ed though. What I'm saying, if he does it with the white the way I did it, the white is thick enough that everything's going to really stand out.
Okay.
And it gives you a white border around everything. I think the white, like I did, it looks better than those. Tell him to make one with the way it is and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Don't change anything on it. See if you like that one better. No, but the best thing my son ever gave me is in the back hanging. It's a set of dog tags. And he gave it to me for Father's Day one year, a couple years ago. And it said, not the tags you once wore, but you've earned these as well. Thanks for being a great dad. That meant a lot to me. I took all this stuff out of here. I got to remember how it goes back. You doing, Paul?
I'm just doing some editing.
Thought you're buying something.
No, I did 2 ships this morning.
Yeah, I heard. Well, that fluid pill's working again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I've been taking the fluid pill and my legs almost look normal now.
Nice.
Well, that's why I drink Diet Pepsi.
Doing all of this little chaos.
Downbound for lane 7 and 8 is the Atlantic Huron at 1045.
Roger, carrying traffic, we have that, thank you.
Anti-Israel.
Well, not a lot going on here today, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, God darn.
Joe, how's the pupper dogs doing today?
Oh, they're good. I'm missing one.
What?
I don't know where she's at. Probably under the bed in the back.
Oh, is that where she likes to go under the bed?
It depends. A lot of times she lays right here on the pillow or behind me. But this morning I think she went to the back and went under the bed. She wanted to be left alone. We're at 60 degrees. We're supposed to get to 80 today. I think I'm gonna go at the end later. I'm gonna go when it warms up a little bit more. I'm gonna go out to see if I get to the mouth of the Jafunka River by where the boats are. See if they got boats coming up and down the river. Get some boat pictures. But I will say with that weight on the Avata, the Neo, I won't call it the worst drone ever anymore. Wait, it's still the worst drone ever, but it's better with the clip-on. Still a Neo. It doesn't drift now.
It doesn't flip side to side and all that kind of stuff.
No, it's steady. Now it's also I'm flying with the motion controller, which made a difference before too. But it seems like it actually, if I wouldn't know, if somebody would give me the drone and not tell me what I'm flying, I probably couldn't tell you if it was the Avata 2 or the Neo.
Oh, really?
That's how stable it is. That's how much more stable it is. I could tell you by the speed. That's what I could tell you by.
So that was a great $20 you spent.
I don't even think I spent that much. What it tells me is that it makes that drone a good beginner drone. Except for the fact that you still have you got to know how to fly it if you try to do it inside. That light does not make a difference. It's still going to tell you attitude, Addy mode. What I paid for that thing. I don't think I paid that much for it. Says I paid nothing for it. Hold on. It was $19.99, $15.99 with $4 off.
So for under $20, it made a big difference, huh?
Yeah, and I had a gift card and reward points. It didn't cost me anything. I didn't spend any money on it. It was the gift cards that have been sitting in there.
Wow, that's great.
The best thing I bought the other day for $14. And I've got a lot of rewards money on different cards, and I just used the rewards money this time. I bought a pair of blue jeans, Rustler blue jeans, and they were on sale for $13.99 on Amazon. $13.98, $15.97, $15.27 with tax.
Wow.
And they're perfect. There's nothing wrong. I'm thinking about ordering another one for $13.
Yeah, you can't buy anything for $13 that, you stick both your legs in.
Especially blue jeans.
Well, if you think you want another one, you better order it because it probably came from China.
Yeah, but I don't wear them that much. That's the problem. I wear them sometimes. I got other pants I wear. I've got 2 pair of blue jeans. One of them's my fishing. One of them I need to throw away. It's about to fall apart. They're starting to get soft enough in certain areas where they're going to look like the expensive jeans. They're going to look like the ones you buy that have all the holes in them.
Oh, really?
Right by my pocket on this side, right down the seam, it keeps getting little holes in them. But just go back in there, move it a little bit, and stitch it back up. But that battery, I'm telling you, battery makes a difference. Just for the weight. I mean, just you could feel so much of a difference because the center it takes the weight and puts all the weight right here in the middle, right where my finger's at, where I feel all the weight. So it's the center of gravity that's helping. Now I did do the slide, the 180 slide, but I didn't do a flip with it. I didn't think about doing a flip. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference in the flip. It might, I tell you, it might mean you lose a little battery time, you know.
How long does the battery last now?
Can't remember. I don't fly out to where the battery wears out. When I fly these things, I fly about a 3 or 4 minute flight, and that's my one shot flight for it. And then I'll come back and I might make another 3 or 4 minutes. I might get 3 flights out of it. So about 13 minutes. I take these pills now because I keep forgetting to take them.
Justin,
Morning.
good morning,
Hey,
Justin.
Justin.
What's up?
What's up with you?
Not much.
What's up, Justin? Justin.
What's up, everybody in the chat? Oh,
Hey, Justin, how far is Homestead from you?
Homestead, Florida?
Yeah.
I don't know because I've never even heard of that town.
Huh.
Hold on, let me see.
I think it's in the middle somewhere.
Oh, that's where that plane fell, right? The highway?
No, there's a guy who sent me a friend request. He was at the Florida drone meetup, Ivan Mojica.
Ivan Mojica. Is he a
Yeah.
Mohican?
Mojica,
Rush.
Mojica.
Sounds
Oh,
Russian.
that's pretty far. It's about well, one route says it's an hour and 10 minutes. Oh wait, that's if I fly. Otherwise, it's about 4 or 5 hours. Okay, I didn't realize that was a flight. I was like, how the fuck is one of them only an hour, but the other ones are 5 hours? Yeah, that's pretty
Brenda
far
says
from me.
Brenda says it's down by Miami.
Yeah, it's down at the very tip of Florida.
I'll think of something else.
That's nowhere near me. Yeah, it's about 5 hours away. It's 4 hours and 6 minutes for the longest drive, 223 miles, and then there's a little bit shorter that's 3 hours and 58 minutes. But it's not
Right.
Coast Guard's out there working on the channel markers.
But you said Boone was out there without the what? What's Boone doing?
Yeah, I never even heard of that area, to be honest with you. But there's so many little towns and cities inside each state that
Yeah.
you could live in a state for a long time and not know what half little towns are.
It says he lives in Homestead and he went to Homestead High School, but he was born in Leisure City. Thought, okay, now why do you have such weird names for places?
Now, Mark, behave yourself because there's a lot of weird names you guys got over there too.
Yeah, but they're mostly in Wales.
Yeah, Wells does have some weird names. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Brenda says good morning to Justin.
What's up, Brenda?
Oh,
I mean, because there's a lot of cities around the U.S. that, have 100,000, 150,000 people, but
Mm.
you've never heard of them unless you actually been there or some crazy big event happened there or something.
Yeah.
'Cause there's just so many of them. I mean, that's a kind of a small city for here. Not really considered a big city until you get to like a 500,000 or more.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what our census is going to be when they redo it, because I know our cities had to have at least doubled in size the last 5 years.
Well, I mean, Manchester's weird because although it's probably about the third or fourth biggest city in the UK, or at least ways in England, the actual city of Manchester's only got about 100 to 150,000 people in it. But the area that's classed as Greater Manchester around it has over 1 million.
hey, Paul, this
Yeah.
is that complex they're talking about building. They're talking about building at Mandeville.
Wow.
Let me see here.
And this is just for the football team and sports.
Oh, wow.
That's their.
Wait till you see
their
wait till you see the
sports
inside of this thing. They're gonna show it. It's at around $30 million.
Who's going to pay for that?
That's ridiculous for a
They've
school.
already got 28,000 in donations right off the bat. That'll have my pictures all over it right there.
Wow.
And that's looking out towards the football field. When you come out like this, the kids walk out this way through the alumni, and the team, the game's gonna be on the other side.
We're going to have an indoor driving range as well.
Damn, just between Lakeland and Winter Haven, we have 852,000 people. But it looks like
That
Winter
thing's
Haven,
unbelievable.
the last census was 49,000, so we've got to have way more than that. We've got to have doubled since then. 'Cause that was back in 2020. And we've had so many people moving there. I mean, I could just tell by the traffic over the last 3-4 years. It's gotten fucking insane. It used to take you 20 minutes to get somewhere, now it takes you 40 minutes.
That is crazy.
What do you want, Boone?
Plus, they've been widening all our
Right
roads
back.
around here too. A lot of little 2-lane roads have now been going to 4 and 6-lane because of the amount of traffic we have.
How do they do that without knocking things down?
Well, because a lot of the back roads and stuff don't really have anything around them, so they have room to go out.
All right.
Plus, if somebody's got a big chunk of property in front of, I mean, technically they can kind of just take it under eminent domain if
Yeah.
it's considered infrastructure.
He's
I don't
on,
know exactly the legality of it, but
Well, I guess kind of the same thing here, but they can't just take it without buying it. They've got to buy it from you. They can't just take it. But they can put a compulsory purchase order on it to make it so that you have to sell it to them.
I got to pay a toll of $7.98.
Or is that from when you went to Orlando?
No, it's probably when we went to, let me see here. I think, oh no, this is when we went to Tampa.
Yeah.
It was for Sarah's appointment.
Oh, yeah.
The one she told me the tolls are shut off on that highway. I know for sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But she kept telling me on the way there, don't worry about it. The tolls aren't on right now. They're doing construction. Bullshit, they're not. They got me for every one of them. And it's only $8 anyway. worry about it. I'll pay it.
I keep getting things on my phone saying I failed to do a toll in Florida.
Yep.
And they told me to click on this link, and I keep typing back into the because it's coming on my phone as a what you call it, as a text message. I put you
Yeah.
piece of scum. You know?
You can click on the link. The link doesn't actually do anything. All it does is redirect you to a fake toll website. So
Yeah,
you put your
Yeah.
information in and pay. The link
But
actually itself isn't. There's nothing wrong with the actual link itself.
Yeah, I put
I
in
think
there. Quit sending me this crap, you piece of scum.
if you hold your finger down on the text message, I think there's something that comes up where you can report it as phishing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
do
then it
that.
will. That's what you can do. Yeah. I usually talk shop. What I usually do is I try to warn everybody because usually it's some big group chat where they'll add like 50 numbers in there. So I'll go in there and I'll start warning people, hey, don't respond to this. It's a scam. Don't,
Yeah.
don't click on it. It's going to take you to a
Mm.
fake website. And usually a lot of people will respond to me and they'll say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then they'll all start leaving the group. So I usually try to do that first. And then after, a day or so, I'll report it. I
Yeah.
try to get the message out to people so they don't get scammed. But that's all it does is it just redirects you to a fake toll website when they tell you to pay it and then they drain your shit. As long as you don't put your information in, you're fine.
Yep. So you didn't hear this morning, but in Jefferson Parish, which is right across the Lake Metairie, Louisiana, one of the officers got in a fight with this guy, right? It was a female officer. The guy grabbed her, knocked her to the ground, grabbed her by the throat, and started choking her out, right? Another officer come running up there, tried to get him loose, couldn't get him loose. So he's standing above him, holding him like this, trying to get his arm off of her. I guess she was getting ready to pass out or whatever. So he just reached down and kicked the guy 4 times in the head. And the head hit the ground 4 times and the guy let go, right? Now they're putting the guy in IA for excessive force.
Oh, there was a cop down here where a lady was in a house and this guy like attacked her. And the male cop comes in. I mean, this dude was big. He was like 6'6", fucking like 300 pounds of muscle. He come running in there and just Spartan kicked the dude right in the fucking head. Just completely knocked him out.
Yeah, but I think that if he was choking her out and he
how
couldn't
could
get
that
him
be
loose,
excessive force?
I know that's what I'm saying.
Down here,
He's
the
using
sheriff would have patted him on the
equal
back.
force.
Oh yeah,
Equal to justifiable.
down here, they would never let a law enforcement officer get. They would.
Good morning, Frank. Good morning.
The governor would step in if they tried to prosecute an officer over that.
Yeah, I'm surprised the police chief didn't jump in already because Lapino's like that. He'd jump in, but they're going to come out and say he's fine. But you could have shot him as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
Could have. Down here,
Yeah,
they would have walked up and just shot the dude right in the head if they were
Yeah, it's
able
deadly
to.
force because he's using deadly force.
That's what that
Yeah.
one cop down here did when that guy started biting his dog, his canine. He walked up and just shot him right in the damn head. Didn't even hesitate. He said,
Yeah.
let go of my dog. The guy kept biting the dog's ear. He said, let go of my dog. And then he went to pull a knife out and the cop just cocked his fucking shit, put it right up to the dude's head and just pulled the trigger.
Yep.
Just ended the dude's life right there. But I'm sorry, when you're doing stupid shit like that, you forfeit your right to live at that point. I'm sorry. You're just asking to get killed.
Now you see, if that ring actually looked like that when you get it, I'd buy it. But I guarantee you, it don't look like that when I get it.
Or it's going to be a really cheap metal. It'll look
That's what
like
I mean.
that, but it ain't going to be heavy duty or nothing. It's going to be really.
See, I can't figure out what they got on the side though. We'll look at it.
If you're going to get something like that made, you go to an actual jeweler and have them order you one from a legit company.
For $22, they ain't gonna worth shit.
No, that's a scam right there. I wouldn't buy it. As if if you're going to have a nice ring made like that, it's going to run you at least $200-300.
Yeah,
minimum for an actual.
yeah. The place,
like that.
the place that I want to buy from, it just went up again.
Oh no, I was going to say too. I got one of those. The last scam message I got put in like that It actually came from a number in the UK, which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
Was it-
half the time they're not actually from numbers in the UK. It's just a
Spoof
computer
number.
generated number.
Yeah, it's just a spoof number. But that's
Yeah.
where it was coming out of. Like, that's where it was showing that the
Yeah.
original sender was sending it from. As I was like, what the fuck kind of number is this? So I went to Google and I punched it in, looked it up, and said it was a UK
If it
generated
starts
number.
+44,
Yep, that's what it
That's the-
started with.
that's the UK's international code. Like yours is +01.
But
And then
yeah,
if it starts with a 7 after that, that's a mobile number.
but what I found funny too is because I wrote back to I said this is a scam, and the guy wrote back. He said, "What do you mean this is a scam?" I said, "What?" I said, first of all, I said, if you're gonna scam people, I said, don't put emojis in there. I said, you literally said you owe tolls. Please pay immediately with praying hands and love heart face emojis. I'm like, what the
Oh
fuck kind of
God,
government
yeah.
agency is gonna send you a notice with emojis on it? I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
They're just
Yeah.
trying to be
Don't
nice.
tell him how to do his job.
What?
Yeah, 387 for the 101.
You don't help them by telling them not to put emojis in yet.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have helped them out there.
Yeah, you want to hear the worst part about it? If I'd have bought it when I wanted to 6 months ago, it was 258. Now it's 387.
What is?
Ridiculous. I should have bought it at 258. 387 now.
That's nearly a 50% increase.
Yeah. And it's been going up. It's nothing to do with tariffs. Guarantee you. It's made in Texas. If I wanted 18 karat gold, listen, Paul. If I wanted 18 karat gold,
Yeah,
$3,100.
there you go.
Yeah, higher the carrot, the more it's worth.
Yeah,
What's
because
that
Paul's
for?
got an 18 karat gold ring,
Mason.
Mason ring, and he thinks he can get $50 for it.
No. The price of gold right now? If it was 10 karat, you'd probably get, I don't know, it depends on how many grams it weighs.
9 grams.
So,
Like a high school ring. The stone probably takes up it's probably 7 grams because the stone's probably 2
okay,
grams.
let's say 7 grams.
And it's 16.29 to make one. It was $71 a gram and 18 karat, $72 a gram. So you're talking $500-600 right there. So he
No,
could
1
get
gram of 18 karat gold right now is worth $77.
yeah, that went up again. It
So
was
if you got-
72 yesterday. or day
So if you
before.
got 7 grams, that's quite a bit of money.
That's
That's
500.
Over 500.
Over
Yeah.
500.
Frank
So
said gold,
he
gold and
ought to be
silver's
able
down.
yeah, he ought to be able to bring that over there and at least from a jeweler get $350 for it.
490.
least.
490 plus 49. So
Most
539.
dude, gold's up to 3,200 an ounce.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It was only at like a little over 2,000, like what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. That's
Yeah.
gone up significantly. Dude, the U.S. needs to go ahead and Trump needs to just put us back on the gold standard, so an ounce of gold goes up to like
Yeah.
100,000.
You got to be weigh them and all.
Yeah,
'Cause
if, I tell you what, if my
That-
money comes
no,
in,
that's
I'm
not,
going to invest in gold real
it's not
fast.
not an actual imperial ounce. It's a troy ounce.
Yeah. But if we were to go back on the gold standard, they would have to make each dollar would have to be backed by a certain amount of gold, which would jump the gold prices way the fuck up. Dude, an ounce of gold would be like 100 grand at that point.
Yeah, I tell you, if like I said, if the Marine Corps came through with that money, I'd probably have to take about 1/10 of it and get in touch with a gold place and get me about 1/10 of that money in gold. And just, I'd actually, If I was, I'd have it locked up somewhere. Safety deposit box somewhere.
Yeah, I would, if you really don't want that ring, take it in.
Well, the thing is he's gonna get not enough for it because he's gonna be impatient. He needs to find a place that'll give him the right price.
Well, a true place that buys gold, they really don't make a lot of profit off of it.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, yeah, if it's like $3,000 worth of gold, they're still gonna, most places will still offer you like 29.50. They don't make a lot off of it. Some places like to sit on it though.
I think I've got a whole bunch of gold jewelry that's left over from my ex-wives.
I
Like
thought
two
you
of the-
took that in ages ago and got bugger all for it.
Like the
Well, the
two
good
guys
news is that it's worth more now.
like the two guys I watch on YouTube that buy gold that own pawn shops, they actually, so if it's like $200 worth of gold, they only make about $11 to $15 profit off of it. So they pay top dollar for it. Like they'll pay you right at like 185 or something, you know, 190 around there. But Mason memorabilia too does have a market itself too, though.
Go see. Hang on a minute.
One of the, like as I said, like Craigslist Hunter, the guy I watch on YouTube, he always makes really good money off of Mason stuff when he gets it. Like different Mason memorabilia.
Well, he was a master mason, and I don't know whether a master mason's ring is more sought after than a normal mason ring,
It
or
might
if
be.
it's the same.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of people out there that collect Mason stuff because it's such a secretive type society, you know what I'm saying? So that stuff's kind of sought out by a lot of collectors.
Sterling Heights, Michigan. They've got a place that it's rated #2 in that area for buying gold.
He's not listening.
It's Gold Star Gold Buyers. Cash top dollar for gold.
There's a gold chain.
And what carat is that?
I don't know. Hang on a minute.
Look on the clasp, it should tell you. But then you don't know if it's plated or not too, because sometimes the clasp itself will only be real gold. And the chain itself sometimes isn't gold, or it'll be plated gold, which a lot of places don't like buying plated because separating it costs too much money.
Where's Sterling Heights at?
Down
Oh.
south of me.
How
Because
far?
I've had gold chains before that I thought were gold, and it was technically only the clasp that was gold when I took it in to have them look at it.
Here's a whole bunch of rings and stuff all looped together.
I thought you sold all that stuff. A couple months, like three, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago? I thought what's his name took in a bunch of shit for you.
He got nothing for it, basically.
Yeah, I would take it in myself.
And then I got over here.
God, it's like my mum's uncle Terence's house.
Is that real? Real gold?
When
Yeah.
he got ill and they had to make it so that he had to have a bed downstairs, my mum and Aunt Maria went through his house and tidied it all up and moved it and found nearly £20,000 scattered around the place.
Like money or gold?
Money.
Yeah. When I was in my early 20s, we were clearing out this. One of my friends had a trailer on his property that's an old guy was living in that didn't have any family or anything. Well, he was renting out a little parcel like on his land or whatever, and he had a like a big travel trailer he was living in, but then the guy ended up getting dementia, so he had to go in a home. But he
All
didn't have
that's
any
real gold.
Yep.
he didn't have any
Wow.
family or anything. And we found probably 5 or 6 grand of money just hidden around in the trailer. He
Yeah.
had shoved in like pockets of clothes and stuff.
Mm.
I mean, it was just like wads of like ones and then 20s and 10s. And yeah, so we just all boxed up all the shit and split it evenly between us. Me and my
Like,
2 friends.
yeah.
Well,
'Cause he
this
got
place
taken-
here, it's called Gold Store Gold Buyers
Yeah.
in
All
Sterling.
that, if you'd have given it in, all that would have happened is the nursing home would have got it.
Well, we didn't even know where he went. The state came and got the guy because he didn't have any
I
family.
don't know.
So he didn't even know where they had took the guy. They just came and got him when they finally realized he had dementia, like the Adult Protection Services or whatever came out, and they did a thing on it, and he didn't have anybody to leave his shit to. So they ended up taking him one day, and he never saw him again after that. And the trailer sat there for probably 2 years before we went through it. And nobody ever came and got anything or anything, and nobody ever came back and said anything. So he never went through it or anything. We had to actually break when the guy left, he put a padlock on it. They put a padlock on the door and then left, and like it sat there for a couple of years. And then he decided he was going to move the trailer off his property. So he asked me and then one of my other friends to come help him go through it.
Mm.
So he just said, well, whatever we find, we'll just split evenly. So we just started piling all this money in the middle of the trailer. On the time we found, like every fucking pocket we'd go into, there'd be like, it could be like a single 20 or it'd be like a stack of 20s. It ended up being like 5 or 7 grand somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But they, from what I learned later on, I guess that's a sign of dementia or Alzheimer's, is they'll hide shit and stuff.
Forget where they put it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like we cleared the trailer out the day after he left. Like it sat there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then-
Alzheimer's is weird because it brings on paranoia as well.
But I guess because my friend was a little older than me, he was in like his, say like mid to late, probably late 20s, maybe early 30s, somewhere in there at the time. And his grandpa left him the property with the house and the trailer on it. And after his grandpa passed away. His grandpa passed away about a year after they took the guy.
Yeah. Should have just cleared the trailer out and rented it out.
It was kind of trashed because it had been sitting there for years.
Right.
It was kind of, that was one of the reasons why he wanted to get it off his property. Because like the floor was like starting to, you'd walk in there and the floor was real rickety. Like it was just a little travel trailer, like a RV style trailer.
Well, they usually made out of aluminium. You can get a decent amount of money from them for the scrapyard.
I don't know what he did with the trailer, to be honest with you. After we cleared it out, well, I know we just boxed everything up. We went through, we pulled out anything that was valuable, and everything else we just threw in the dumpster, the front of his property, and then like I said, he just split the cash with us for helping him, so we just split it 3 ways.
Cool, cool.
Copper penny is worth 2.4 cents, Jody says. Isn't it like pre-60s or 70s copper pennies, I think?
What?
US pennies.
You guys still use pennies?
Yeah.
Um,
I know
They're just-
our original pennies stopped in 1971 when they changed to the new ones, which are like a third of the size.
Oh,
Yeah, I got all kinds of crap. Just junk. When I die,
So-
then somebody come in here and just throw it all out.
Well, Paul, you need the money, sell the gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
just get it all together,
That's-
jump in the
that's
car
a-
and go to a place.
That's a lot of work.
Well, it's
What,
not.
walk
Get
into a, drive into a
medicine.
place?
Yeah, because I don't drive anywhere.
There's a
Well,
bunch,
drive
I'm
there.
sure,
You need the money.
I'm sure there's some local places within a few miles of your house that's buy gold.
How far is Sterling from you?
70, 80 miles.
Well, that place is rated number 2 in the area.
Yeah,
Gold
that's a lot.
Star Gold Buyers.
Yeah, whoever gets it gets it.
Well, then send it to me. Shit.
Yeah.
If
Oh, so I'm gonna pay to send it to you. I don't think so.
I'll pay the shipping right now.
I tell you what, send it to me. I'll bring it to the guy Chris I know that'll buy it, and I'll give you back 80%.
Don't try to squeeze in on my deal here. Shut up.
We got
I'll
a
get
bidding
a
war
better
going,
price than you
Ed.
can get.
Yeah.
I'll send you 150 Canadian for everything.
Hey, I'll give you 80% of what he gives me, and I'll show you the weights and the receipts. And this is a good friend of mine. I've known him for about 40 years.
And I'll pay the shipping.
Chris is Fine Jewelers.
Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of places in your town within a couple miles of you, Paul.
Yeah,
Whole
you
bunch of
need to
places.
go look.
Uh-huh.
They're all around you.
There's the Gold Cove, 5-star gold buyers, Gold Star buyers. Gold Star buyers actually has 5-star rating, 4.9.
That's the one that's Sterling. He said you got to drive 70 miles. I see where Sterling Heights is at.
Hold on, let me see.
Get your neighbor that's a friend of yours to drive you down there, so both of y'all are there. So you got somebody to watch. That would be your best bet.
Uh-huh.
Treat him to a coffee.
Because I guarantee you, if that
Doing it.
all that stuff you're showing me is gold right there, you probably have about $20,000 in gold. If it's all 18 karat or 14 karat, you'll have between
Or
10
24.
and 20,000 in gold.
Well, some of it could be possibly 24 karat too.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying just estimate all the stuff he was showing. And a lot of those rings have stones and diamonds in them.
Yep.
If you got to have a jeweler, the right, like I'm saying, Chris, my buddy, he'd buy the stones, he'd buy the gold, he'd buy everything.
I'll
Paul,
think about it.
Paul, $200 Canadian. I'll pay the shipping and a box of Boston creams.
We lost now at the Boston Creams. You could have said I'll give you a dozen Boston Creams.
And a tray of Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, and I'll throw in a Pepsi.
You just lost because he got enough Diet Pepsi in the back. You need to go find a place right around your corner and get it there. Yeah, but don't go by yourself. Have your neighbor, whoever's the best friend you got that'll come over.
I don't have any friends.
Yeah, you do, Paul.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
lie.
true.
Get the guy that helped you put the fence together. Go take a ride. Get the guy that helped you find Boone when he ran out the house.
He doesn't need anybody. He's got a car. He can go.
But I'd rather him have somebody with him if the guy says, well, I'll give you, if he goes in there and says something stupid like, I know it's not worth much.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know? Have him go in there and just shut his mouth and let the other guy say, hey, Paul, this is all Paul stuff. He wants to sell all of this. Said, yeah, this is all stuff from former marriages. That's all you got to tell him. The stuff I don't use anymore. I don't want anymore. And let the guy, and the guy comes back and he gives you a stupid price. You know, gold's high. He comes back and make him weigh it in front of you.
Yeah, and that's true too. Like Randy said, yeah, most of the pawn shops don't give a shit about the stones. You'd be better
Yeah.
off going to an actual jewelry store that buys
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, the guy I know, Chris's Fine Jewelers. When I
I
brought
went
stuff in
down,
there
I
to
went
him,
down to the pawn shop with that electric bike I had that was like $500 or $700. And
they'll
they
give
gave
you
me
$50.
they gave me $50, yeah.
What
Pawn
the?
Why'd you
shops
take it?
won't give you money.
Because I didn't want to have to haul it back home again.
But you don't go to a pawn shop, you're not going to get anything. They probably got your picture there hoping you come back.
Well, let's put it this way: if you took it to a pawn shop and got $50, you can take that $50 back to the pawn shop, and he's legally obliged to give you that bike back.
It depends on different states have different rules on that.
Yeah. But what you do is make sure they weigh it in front of you. Like Chris, when I brought stuff into him, he puts the scale right there in front of me, puts the stuff on there and tells me, okay, it's how many grams. And he'll show you. Make sure it's zeroed out. And then he'll say, this is a real stone, this is a real stone, he said. And he says the size of these stones, and he'll tell you the size, he'll measure them, and he'll say, this is the weight of the stones. He'll take all the weights off because he knows all of this stuff. And he'll say, this is how much gold you have, this is the stones, I'll give you this for each stone, and this stone I'll give you the money for, and this is what I'll give you for weight. That's why, like I said, I've dealt with this guy for 40 years. He's after me for that Jack's knife I've got. That Jack's Brewing Company knife. He wants that thing and I won't give it up. Frank's saying don't sell it. It's gonna go way up. It's gonna wait. Don't do it right now, Paul. He's right though.
Yeah.
Give it about another month. Because
Well,
it's
that's what
probably
it
gonna double in price.
Watch gold prices tank.
They're not gonna tank. Gold's gonna explode. That's why I said I wish I had the money right now to invest like 200,000 or 300,000 in gold. I guarantee you, if you had $500,000, you could invest in gold. By the end of the year, it's probably worth $2
$2?
million.
Yeah. The way Trump's going on with all these tariffs, yeah.
I'm telling you. That's why I'm saying don't sell it right now. But you got all the money right there. Lock that shit up somewhere. And Paul, believe me, do not let us hear you brought to a pawn shop. You probably lose all your followers in your stream.
Well, I could take it down to the pawn shop and just.
Paul, I'll put it this way. If you do something that ignorant, okay,
You can
I'll
take
be
it
doing
down
something else in the mornings and afternoons. I'm
you
telling
take
you.
it to the pawn shop and they can rip you off again, yeah. He must love you when you walk into that pawn.
It is what
I
it
will
is.
ban myself from this stream.
Well, the pawn shops aren't really a ripoff if you know what you're doing when you go in there.
Okay,
You know
that's
how
your story.
much-
Don't do it, Paul.
If you know what the carats are and what the weight of it is, you
I
can
did
go
that.
in there and
Yeah, but
Look,
I mean,
look,
to
I
be
did
honest
that.
with you, all a pawn shop is supposed to be is somewhere where you can go and get a loan for collateral that you
I
supply
did
them.
that.
They
Like
keep
that.
until
I
you
did
pay
that.
back.
God
yeah,
darn.
but not all
After
not
a
all pawn.
certain amount of time, if
That's
you've not
me.
paid it back, they're legally entitled to sell it to recover the money.
A lot of
Did a good
there's
job.
a couple of pawn shops around here that don't actually do loans
You a
on
good
anything.
watchdog.
They just buy. That's it. They buy and sell. That's all they do.
Mm.
You a good watchdog. You a good
They're
dog.
not officially pawn shops then.
Just like I said, like
Go
the guy that I
watchdog.
watch on YouTube, Craigslist Hunter, he doesn't do loans on stuff. He just buys and sells. That's it. Because he'll tell people will come in and want to get loans on
It's
stuff.
gonna be
And he says,
fine.
I don't do loans. And he'll redirect them to like another local pawn shop if they want a loan on something because he doesn't do it.
Yeah, here our pawn shops are like, they hold the stuff for a month. They give you a loan for a month. If you don't show up, then they sell it.
I know.
Y'all heard Loki just now start barking?
No,
You didn't hear him barking?
Yeah, you went, "E-oh."
I didn't hear him.
Well,
Yeah,
I had the
yeah.
cup. I've got the cup on a South Florida cork coaster, right? And I let it hit the coaster. I put it down like that. Look, he's barking again. Thought somebody's by the door. That's how much of a watchdog he is.
Well,
He heard a different sound.
it's like Boone. He can hear a mouse fart probably 60 yards away.
Well, let me tell you what Loki does. It's aggravating the shit out of me. I'll be on the bathroom, going to the bathroom. I'll get the paper. I'll roll it out, tear it off. As soon as he hears me tear it, he starts zooming, running, barking at me. Because he knows I'm coming out and he wants to play. And he started doing this about 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, I'll tear it real slow. And if he hears it go click, and he'll be in the front. And if I make any noise with it, he starts running back and forth. Freaking ninja ears.
Oh yeah, dogs are known for that, especially hunting dogs.
Can't wipe my ass in peace. I'll be rushing to wipe my ass to get out here to shut him up. You know.
You gotta use a debate.
Yeah, I heard once you go that way, you never go back. Once you go bidet, there's no other way.
Right, Justin?
Well, that's what they recommend you put in like, what do you want to call it? Like bunkers. If you build yourself like a doomsday bunker, is use put a bidet in, because you'll end up, because like that one that I was talking about, they took that old silo and they turned it into like a state-of-the-art, sounds super nice bunker, and it can fit like, I don't know, like 10 different families, but each family has a specific skill. Like they have a doctor, a dentist, an engineer. Like they have to have a specific skill and the money to put up for it, right? And they have like a full doctor's office that can do full surgeries and everything. They have a full gym. Like one of the levels is nothing but an exercise area. Then each level they have one for, each level's a different house for a different family. This place was, they spent a couple $100 million on this bunker, and they found that if they did the math, that if they had to have enough toilet paper for like 5 years, it would have took up an entire level just to store the toilet paper. So they ended up going with bidets in it because of
But
that.
still, you better have a blow dryer underneath there, because you still got you're going to be all wet.
B-Day.
Yeah,
B-Day.
they ended up going with those because it just was too much to try to store that much toilet paper. Plus, think about it, if you're not using toilet paper, that's less likely your lines are going to get clogged and different shit like that.
Like I said, but that stuff squirts you like that, cleans everything off. Then you got to drip dry.
No, actually, some of them have heater fans that like dry.
They have hot air fan blowers, to dry it.
Woo!
Like the hand wire. It's like the hand dryers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sitting there and that's there go. I said, "Whoa, I like that."
This is your sack.
Yeah, like why did I ever get married? Damn, I should have just bought one of these.
Kate's toilet's got one of them built into it. Not only that, but it's automatic. As soon as you stand up off the seat, it flushes.
Sit there and squirt you, then it dry you off, and I say, "Shoot, I don't know you that well."
Crazy thing about it is it's got a fucking remote control for it.
You'd see Tim get up there and be drinking, and he sit down, and he go and he press the button and it spray him and wipe him off, and it'd be going, "How you doing?"
Yeah, here's a diagram of that bunker though. But see, like right here is like all the air filtration, all that stuff, water. There's a whole area of nothing but exercise equipment.
Oh,
You got
wow.
a full cafeteria, like a library, a media room level, and then you got your houses. And then there's a whole medical facility for dentistry, and they have like it all set up to do like full heart surgery and shit. Like, and like I said, everybody that lives in there has to have some kind of skill set that benefits the bunker. Like they have
That's
to be a
crazy.
doctor, they have to be an engineer, they have
So
to
where's
know
this
the
at?
bunker in Kansas. And that's like a big storage level. And then they have more filtration systems up here, and then they got some little, I guess, like hangout rooms or whatever.
That's the waiting room for new people want to get in.
Yeah. But I
That's
mean, look at
crazy.
how extensive it is. And they spent like $200 or $300 million, like something crazy on this shit.
Well, my
And
question is this: they better like each other because you know there's gonna be some interbreeding.
That's
like, yeah,
crazy.
they got full fireplaces, everything. Like, and then they have like 4K TVs in the walls and shit that show like it's outside. So to try to help with your mental stability.
Virtual
So
window.
it
Yeah.
and it looks like an actual window in the wall.
Wow.
And you can change the different sceneries and stuff.
I
Yeah, it's
really
crazy.
hope Paul doesn't sell that stuff cheap.
Does it have a special program on the TV for the window
That's
window
funny, Rand.
cleaner to come along and clean it?
Once you go bidet, you're forever gay.
It's penetration no matter how you look at it.
Oh,
I thought about buying one to put in here. They got the ones you can hook to your toilet, like the apartments.
Oh yeah, they got little kits you can buy like to turn it into one.
Yeah,
My sister had them on her toilets at her house a couple of years ago.
I thought about doing it.
She used to talk them up all the time. She bought these like $60-$80 kits off of Amazon.
Yeah, when I got my knee surgery the first time, they came in and the first knee surgery, they said you can have issues going to the bathroom, you can have issues this, and went to everything. And they said, so we recommend that you put an extension seat on it to raise it up a little bit more so you don't have to bend the knee as much. So it's about a 2.5, 3 inch seat that goes on top of the seat, right?
Yeah.
Tell you what, I leave it there because it's better because you got all this room. Because it seemed like every time I wipe my ass, I'd be touching the water, before. I'd be running my hand through the water,
Oh, that's
you know?
fucking gross.
I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm glad I got that extension on the seat now. I don't not anywhere close.
Oh, you're fucking nasty.
Didn't do it on purpose. I'd be wiping and I was like, I've got finger in the water.
you don't stand up to wipe it?
No. I never stood up to wipe my ass.
You
Hey,
stand up.
when you got
stand
big
up
old
to
fat
wipe it,
cheeks, they stick
close it.
together. You got to stretch one out,
Oh shit.
I ain't never heard anybody stand up to wipe their ass. I've
No.
never thought that.
You never stood up and bent over to wipe your ass, bro?
No,
No.
never did.
What the?
Guess it must be a Canadian thing,
A lot of streaks in your underwear.
No, you just wipe it good,
Right, hold on. Talking about that. Hold on a second.
Just as good a show a picture.
Please don't show pictures of wiping your ass.
Yeah, once you've finished having a crap, you get in the shower.
That's the best way to do it.
You got a point.
Oh,
There you go.
fuck.
I got a high pressure hose in there. It's like a bidet on steroids.
There you go.
Yeah.
One guy wrote on there, I had that moment last night, and I responded. I said,
Oh.
"LOL, that's just a shower." And he said, "LOL, I was in a gas station bathroom
Ed, that kind of looked a little bit like you.
Oh, man.
Now, I tell you what does piss me off is when I like say if I make nacho cheese with the jalapenos and all of this stuff, and I go to the bathroom. You know how sometimes it just irritates you just enough that you'll feel a gurgling, right? So I'll go to the bathroom and think I'm done and everything. I'll start to wipe my ass, and then I'll wipe it and I'll throw the paper in there, and all of a sudden, some more.
Yeah, it goes again.
Gotta
Yeah.
start over. Start over.
Hey, Joe, you ever had this problem?
No.
Oh no! Oh no!
No. No, never have. Paul has.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a point there. Shit, shower, and shave. That's the way to do it.
Shower, shave, shampoo.
Oh, fuck. Don't forget the baby wipes.
Yeah. Frank Rizzo, Jody's brother, is saying, do not go to a pawn shop. It's a ripoff. Paul said it's going to go to $4,000 an ounce. So don't fool with it right now. So I'm saying, I'm serious. If you say something stupid, like you sold it for $150 or something like that, psh, nice knowing you.
Well, I
I'm
got
not
a
going to
bid.
go through the stress anymore.
I got a bid for $250.
Here you go, Joe. You'll like this one. All government employees when Elon showed.
What's happening? Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Calm down. Where you get that from?
Well, did you hear what I put on this morning about Lucid Elephant?
No.
Lucid Elephant, New Jersey, that monument thing, that building.
Yep.
Doge went in there and found out that the Senate had authorized them $500,000 to put in a sprinkler system. They were giving it to them. Doge cut it. Said no way.
Yeah, it's in Margate.
Yeah. So Ron Brown stuck it out there today. You know,
Well, it's only
I was about to say, yay.
It's less than half a mile from Ron's house, I think.
Yeah. Lucid Elephant don't need $500,000 of my tax money.
What is it? An actual elephant?
No, it's a monument.
It's not.
A building,
it's a
actually.
building. It's
Why the fuck should we have to pay for that?
it's
Who owns
actually.
the building?
I think it's a wooden structure in the shape of an elephant.
Well, who owns it?
You go. I think you go in one of the legs, and you
privately
go
owned.
upstairs, and there's a restaurant in there.
Then they can privately fucking pay for it.
Yeah.
You find it. They had a picture.
Fucking taxpayers.
Just add a
need to pay
picture
for
on
that
it.
shit.
The elephants own it.
That's Lucid. That's it. Did
Oh,
it
for
kill? They said
fuck's
it
sake,
killed.
who gives a shit?
I'm not sure if it's not owned by the actual
No.
the council now.
Let them fucking pay for it. Fuck
That's the inside of it.
Well, they
What
just
the-
spent a fortune because it's been refurbished on the outside. They've had scaffolding and covers over it for the past year and a half.
What the fuck's the point of that?
Right
That's
there.
it right
That's
there.
a good picture right there.
Yeah, but what's the even
Oh.
fucking point of building that?
It's an elephant, bro. Come on.
Fucking retarded is what it is.
Oh,
That's what I said. You know.
big
So
tourist attraction.
They give them $500,000 so they could put a sprinkler system on the inside. You know what you do? Go to Home Depot and buy 2 fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
Because if you saw the inside, the inside didn't have nothing really in there. Ain't nothing gonna catch on fire. If it catches on fire, they ain't gonna have time for a sprinkler system to fix it.
And that's in New York?
It's in
Moorgate, New
Margate.
Jersey. That's it right there.
New Jersey, right there.
Oh, wow.
They expect out of Yankees.
What the
They'll-
fuck?
They always go there. It's on just off the boardwalk, so they go there when Ken Aaron does his Boxing Day thing, his day after Christmas meetup.
Well, now don't give anybody the opinion that it
Like,
was built
what
there
was the
just for Ken
reason?
Aaron, because it wasn't.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but what was the reasoning behind even building that? Like, what's it for?
I
Like,
think
what's
it
the
has
question?
it has to do with the old days when they used to have elephants at on parade and circus elephants and all that kind of stuff, and you don't hear about that much anymore.
Mm.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, what a waste of money, exactly, Randy.
Yeah. But
Well,
that's it
here-
right there.
Big tourist attraction now, though.
Half a
I'm
million
sure
dollars.
it is,
As
but
big
I'm
as
not
that
paying-
thing
I
is,
don't
what they
wanna
got to
pay for
put
that.
2 sprinklers in it?
Like I said, I don't want to pay for that though. Like, what the fuck do I need to
Me
pay for that?
either.
If a
Yeah.
city decided they were going to spend the money on it, and it's a big tourist attraction, like you're saying, they should be making enough money to pay for that shit on their own.
You got a point.
Well, you gotta remember, they gotta dig
It's
a
a
hole for
gift
well.
shop. Ready for this? It's a gift shop. So make your own money for your own shit.
Fuck that.
The gift shop is moving across the street. So they got a
Okay.
gift shop. Make your own freaking money.
You see that genetics company that brought the dire wolf back?
I heard
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Here you go. It's
And
a
they're-
6-story elephant-shaped wood frame 10 clad building constructed in 1882 by James Lafferty. Lucy was built with the purpose of promoting real estate sales and attracting tourists in the area.
Did you hear what
It's a roadside tourist attraction. That's all it is.
Did you hear what they were planning to do next, Mark?
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, they want to do the mammoth next.
Yeah.
And they said they already have
F
the
around and
DNA.
find out. Somebody
Yeah,
gonna
they've
get
got
eaten.
the DNA. They've had fully frozen mammoths in the North Pole area and stuff like that in the ice flow.
Yeah, and they want to. There's
And
2
they-
different elephants that they're going to crossbreed or do something with.
They've got saber-toothed tigers as well.
Yeah, and they've already, like I said, they've already been successful with the dire wolf. So
Yeah. There are only 2 different types of elephants living. There's the
there's-
African elephant and the Indian elephant. And they're the only 2. One of them's got bigger ears than the other. That's the way you tell them apart.
yeah, they said they were going to do something with impregnating one of them, and then they'll take this, I guess, the semen from a male and do something with it. I don't know how the fuck they're going to do that, but smarter people than I am.
That brings to mind the old joke. What's big and grey and comes in buckets?
Elephant.
An elephant.
You know, and that's the crazy thing too, is like it's such a cool concept too. Like they bring those wolves back, but then it's like, what are they gonna, what if they get loose and then all of a sudden they fuck up an ecosystem that's not used to them being there, you know?
Yeah.
Like what if they wipe out a lesser species of wolf, you know?
Well, that's it. I mean, they bring that back. Where are all the things it used to eat? It's just going to eat whatever it can get.
Right.
So it will decimate the rest of the ecosystem by doing that.
Not props. Do they
I mean,
have Asian elephants too?
And
They're
that's
the Asian ones are Indian.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, if you really watch the first Jurassic Park, the actual people that played the scientists in the movie actually make a very good point. They said, you're going to bring these things back to life. They have no idea what century they're in.
Yeah.
And they don't understand, you know what I'm saying?
They will have never seen man.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is they're not going to know how to act in a newer world that they didn't grow up in.
New food source.
Right. Yeah, that would be crazy. Like, it is crazy to think, like, when you actually watch Jurassic Park movie, especially the newer ones, where they actually have dinosaurs just running around everywhere because they got loose. And it's like, yeah, I don't think it would be all harmony like they made it in the movies. Yeah, you
He's
got
awake
fucking
now.
raptors running through the woods and shit.
Why are you looking at the weather, bud?
Try to go fly.
Yeah, that'd be some wild shit though to have bring back actual dinosaurs.
Mm.
And who knows what other DNAs they have too? I mean, it's possible they could have some dinosaur DNA.
Yeah.
Some actual dinosaurs like a T-Rex or something. That'd be crazy as shit. I mean, honestly, if they're going to bring back animals like that, they're going to have to be zoo.
Girlfriend today?
They
Animals.
will have because they've
What's
got
that?
skeletons, and inside the skeleton,
Well, he's working.
bone marrow. The bone marrow has
Yeah.
DNA in it.
Oh, is he out of town?
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too, though, is what I'm saying is if they bring back animals like that, there's no way that they could just have them naturally running loose. They'd have to be zoo
Oh no,
animals.
look.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make zoos with them in them, and that's it.
Oh, more than zoos. Zoos just won't be big enough.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
forget- These things are huge.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna have to be a national, like a natural or national preserve or something, you know, or park that they are able to literally do like Jurassic Park, and they'd have to fence it
Yeah,
off.
somewhere they can't get out of,
Yeah,
like an island.
we're literally going down the Jurassic Park movie line now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Although
crazy.
honestly,
You've got to remember that some of those dinosaurs fly and swim.
honestly, I don't think that we would have, like, you know how in the movies they always seem to have some kind of disaster that happens and the dinosaurs fuck everything up. I don't really think we'd have that issue. We've always been pretty good at containing animals for the most part. I mean,
Yeah, but we've never had animals that size before.
no, but I'm saying I don't think it would be as big. I don't think it'd be like the movies in that sense. I think they would actually be able to make an actual Jurassic Park type park if they were able to.
It would be difficult because of the predator instinct in them. As far as they're concerned, anything that moves is food.
It'd be cool to bring back some like docile ones, like a long neck or something, you know?
Yeah, the Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Well, they were all herbivores. They only ate
Mhm.
plants and leaves.
See, that's what I would try first is try to bring back some herbivore style ones, see how you are containing those.
Yeah.
Because if you can't keep those contained, then you definitely ain't going to keep no predator one contained.
You know, some of them long necked ones that eat the top of trees.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Brontosaurus, yeah. Or Brachiosaurus was another type of one. I think
I'm
there
not
was
sure
a
whether
couple.
the Brachiosaurus one. You certainly wouldn't want a Stegosaurus. That was like the early rhino. And even though the rhino is a herbivore, it's still a vicious twat.
Oh, I know, dude. Well, when I went to the place in Orlando, what the fuck? I can't think of the damn name of it right off the top of my head. But when we went there, Busch Gardens, and we did the
Mhm.
train ride through the safari area.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a rhino like 20 feet from the train, just chilling.
Mm.
Like if it got pissed off and decided to fucking come at the train, dude, it would have knocked that train right off the tracks.
Yeah.
Because you know, it wasn't like a big ass like locomotive. This is just a little like, you know,
Yeah.
little passenger train.
Yeah,
type
we've
thing.
got one that runs through Blackpool Zoo.
Yeah, no, those things are so much fucking bigger when you see one in person. It's like, holy shit.
Yep.
Those things are tank on fucking legs, dude.
And the daft thing about it is, do you know which animal in Africa actually causes the most human deaths?
Hippos?
Yeah.
Yeah, hippos are fucking mean. Yeah, I went and saw a hippo. We saw one at Busch Gardens too, and they had the tank you could walk in and look at the glass with it swimming, you know?
Yeah.
And you were up under the water level. And they had two big ass gators in the water with it, and those gators were not fucking with that hippo. It was swimming right over top of them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't fucking with that hippo. They were having nothing to do with him. But yeah, hippos are fucking huge in person when you see one in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those things ain't no joke, man. I've seen one rip a gator in half on like the Discovery Channel back when they used to do all the
Mm.
wild shows about wild animals and shit. And gators get a little mouthy with them hippos, man. They just fucking grab them in their mouth, start whipping them around. Because that's the one animal that will walk up to the water's edge and those gators will fucking move. They won't even
Yeah.
mess with it. They'll just start parting like the Red Sea. That's just like a lion. If you ever get the opportunity to see a lion in person, not only are the size of them, but that growl is so
Yeah.
deep. Like it resonates through your body. You feel it.
We've got a safari park about 50 miles away from here. Knowlesley.
I mean, it feels like a subwoofer when you're playing music real loud. You can just feel the sound waves going through you, you know? Like if you're close enough to one and that thing growls, you feel it.
Yeah. You drive through this place in your own car, and the amount of people that come out the other end with no aerials and no windscreen wipers on the car because the monkeys have fucking nicked them.
How do they keep the monkeys in there? They got like really tall electrical fences or something?
Yeah.
I think those monkeys are still loose in Florida from that jackass that brought them down here. I just don't see how you run an animal sanctuary and you don't know the history of the fucking monkeys you bring over here. Stupid ass didn't even know that the monkeys like to swim and put them on an island. They just swam right across the fucking water onto the mainland.
Yeah,
Fucking
that always
idiots.
got me. At Blackpool Zoo, the gorillas are kept on an island in the middle of a lake. And yes, gorillas can swim.
Do they ever get out there, or have they ever like gotten off of the island, or?
They don't bother.
They probably don't because they probably got a nice food source constantly, so they
Yeah.
don't really try to go anywhere. I'm sure if they were like all of a sudden it was like an apocalyptic type thing and they weren't getting food every day, they probably get off of there real quick.
Yeah. You have more problems with the seagulls than anything else.
Yeah, they're probably very content. They got their own space. Nobody bothers them. They get food every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not trying to go anywhere.
Well, what amazed me is the size of the snakes they have in Southeast Asia. Like they got 20 and 30-foot boa constrictors.
Oh yeah, boa constrictors, pythons can grow that big as well.
And they don't even know what's in half of those woods, like in the deep Amazon. They don't know what's in there.
Well, and the other thing too is you guys are having trouble down in Florida. People letting those snakes go out in the
Everglades.
In the wild, yeah.
And the Everglades is really bad, yeah.
Just Asia either. South America's quite a lot.
Yeah, like I said, if you go into like the Amazon, they don't know they don't know half of what's in those woods.
No.
In the deep Amazon that's hundreds of miles in, that there's no civilization or anything.
Actually, there are some civilizations that are right in the middle that nobody's ever seen before. They keep
right,
coming.
but without modern society though, in those areas, so those animals could grow to be fucking massive.
Yeah.
To being unchecked, nobody out there.
Yeah, especially if there's a big food supply, like. all
Well,
kinds
there's
of other wild animals that they can eat and chew on.
and then there's that one island in the Indian Ocean, the one that's got that tribe on it. Remember the missionary went there, that
yeah.
guy went there and he got fucking killed. They saw him actually get killed on the beach, and then they drug his body into the woods, and they were never able to recover it. And the Indian Navy actually has or the Indian, I think it's run by the Indian government. It's owned by the island is, but they have it like you can't, you're not supposed to get within like a couple miles of the island. There's like a barricade around it that you're not supposed to be within a certain amount of miles of it, because the tribe is like super unfriendly.
Yeah, I
And-
can't imagine anybody living on this planet that doesn't.
By the sounds of it, cannibalistic.
Yeah. Well, and they don't realize that there's other civilizations that are much bigger than they are, and they just live amongst themselves.
Yeah, they've never seen modern civilization. They don't even know it exists. Like they see a plane fly over, and to them, it's like a god flying over. They don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
There's a picture. There was a picture floating around on the internet of a military helicopter that was flying over because they were trying to find that guy's body, and they were shooting arrows at the damn military helicopter. They were trying to shoot arrows at it, but it was too high up. They weren't reaching it. But they also think that tribe, they're not even sure if that tribe's still there, because the last couple of times apparently they used to come out onto the beach. If you tried to get too close, they would start coming out. But I think the last couple of times they sent like crews out there to try to check on the island a little bit, and they got close, nobody came out. And there was a couple of storms that went through that area that were pretty devastating. So they're not even sure if they're even still alive or how many of them are on the island. They have no idea because they've never been able to get onto it without them shooting at them. Because they're just really aggressive. The minute you step foot on that beach, they'll try to kill you. Like,
Yeah, that's not good.
and I know the government that runs it, they have sent boats out there where they've dropped like crates of coconuts on the beach and stuff. They got close enough to start dropping like supplies on the beach, and you would see them coming out of the woods, grabbing the shit and running back in, because they were trying to make contact with them. So they were trying to kind of give them a gift, like, hey, we're going to give you some shit, just don't kill us. But there was that missionary that went out there, and the dumbass paid some guy to take him out on a little boat and drop him off, and they fucking killed him almost instantly.
Yeah, fresh meat.
I want to say he was from America too. I think he was a missionary from America.
No brain, no pain, I guess, huh? Well, that's just typical of the thinking of some people, that they can do whatever they want to do and that nobody will hurt them.
Let me see what island that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the Indian Ocean, if I remember correctly. Yeah, North Sentinel Island. Yeah, it's owned by the Indian government.
Right.
Well, is that the one where the tribe is called the Sentinel tribe?
Yeah, well, it's called Sentinel Island, so I guess that's the term that they've given them. In 2020, actually April of this year, a tourist was arrested for allegedly attempting to make contact with the Sentinels. That's why I said there's an actual ban around the island. You're not supposed to get within like a couple miles of it. But Indian government doesn't want people to go to it. One, because of safety issues, but two, they don't want you to bring a disease on the island because, you know, these people aren't used to outsiders. And just by you showing up there, you could introduce some kind of disease, you know, that they're not something that we're fine with, but they've never had immunizations or anything like that.
Well, especially COVID and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Just park your boat offshore and fly the Mavic 3 over it.
I'd do it.
Okay, so there's a 5-mile radius around it. You're not allowed 5 nautical miles. You can't be around it.
Not allowed to fly?
It doesn't say that. It just says you can't go within 5 nautical miles of it. The Indian government's got a thing around it. Apparently, they patrol around it regularly, quite frequently. So to keep people from getting near it.
Well, I would imagine that they're not only patrolling it,
Just take
is
one.
that they want to make sure that some of those Indians don't escape onto the mainland.
I don't think they have a want to go anywhere. It's just they don't want people on their island. They don't, like I said, their understanding of the world is not like ours, like where we understand a little bit about space and the ocean and science. They don't have any of that. They don't understand any of that. They're about as primitive as you can get.
Don't even know whether they've got any boats, canoes, or anything like that.
Yeah, these people, like I said, they just don't have any real concept of the world around them. They only know what they know, which is that island. That's it.
They just eat bugs.
But like I said, I know the Indian government does drop stuff for them regularly. Like I said, they'll drop like crates of coconuts and different things to try to make sure they have something, I guess. I don't even know if that's a good idea though, because you could, I guess, infect them with something.
Yeah, the food could be contaminated. Yeah.
There's a bunch of videos on it though on YouTube of when they've gone out there and dropped stuff for them, because they've tried making contact with them. I know the one time that they did take the crates of coconuts and all that shit out there and dropped it, they came out and apparently they were pretty close, within a few hundred feet of them, and they didn't try to shoot at them. So I think they kind of maybe understood a little bit that they were getting a gift, and they didn't really push it. I don't know.
So does the government have an idea what their language they're using or anything, or?
They said it's, from what I read here, it says that it's very little is known about it, which would make sense because they don't have any real contact with them. So how would you be able to learn their language or anything?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some tribes that literally they've found isolated tribes that literally talk by sounds. They don't even use words. They just make different sounds, and they know what the sounds mean. It's in the Bay of Bengal, I guess.
The Bay of Bengal.
Bengal. Yeah, it's I guess it's a group of islands.
Yeah, it's where the Bengal tiger comes from.
So like I said, I remember about a year ago, I watched a video on it, and they were talking about how there was a couple of bad storms that went through that area, and they hadn't seen much of them on the beach, and they were worried that they might have gotten wiped out, or a significant portion of them may have gotten wiped out from the storms, but obviously they can't. Like I said, unless they get on the island with fucking, Halo type armor on to protect them, they're not going to be able to check on them, I guess you could with infrared, maybe would probably be your best way of telling who's on the island and where they're at. It'd probably be the best way.
Enterprise, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that'd be your only way of really telling.
Yeah.
It'd be some kind of infrared or something.
Yeah, just send a thermal drone up.
I'm looking at the at GoDaddy.com, right? They had to renew a couple of domains. And look at all the shit they have now. They've got, like, say I have JoeTrompetor.com. That's what I have out there. I can have .com, .co, .shop, which is pretty good. It's got JoeTrompetor.sucks.
That's
Yeah. There you go. This is the best one. You know who I am. JoeTrompetor.vip.
There you go, VIP.
I like the .sucks though. I think that's funny. So apparently you can get all this shit put on the web and they'll find it, you know? .ai, .info, .online, .store. I like the VIP part. See, AI Press NOLA or USA Drone Flyer .store would be good. They had 2 domains that are expiring.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was tsunamis that went through there. Here's a
Why
little
have I got the screen on that?
here's a little short on it.
This small
Tell you a
island
little
is
bit about
home
it.
to the Sentinelese people who have isolated themselves from society. Now, you might have heard that this tribe has had zero contact with the outside world, but that's actually not true. If we zoom in on this satellite image, you'll be able to see the wreck of a 16,000-ton freighter called the Primrose. In 1981, the ship became stuck on the shore
Oh,
of
yeah, I
this
forgot about
forbidden
that.
island. The Sentinelese quickly began attacking with arrows and started making boats to try and get closer. After almost 2 weeks of defending themselves, the crew was finally rescued and the ship was left behind. This small island is home.
Yeah, I forgot about that shipwreck.
Oh, let's send the Marines in. We fixed that. Won't take long.
Brings a whole new meaning to the word tinned food.
All I got to do is send 1 battalion of Marines in there. We get rid of it in about an hour. Might even take that long.
Either that or put a bit of military base on the island.
That's what I agree. We're putting 5 bases on Greenland.
You put one on Diego Grazia.
We got that.
Oh, that is a nice island too. I'll tell you what. Whoever gets
Yeah, that-
stationed there's got a nice view.
Oh yeah, it's got a
Yeah,
nice.
It's part of the Seychelles Islands. My ex's mum came from there and was moved to the Seychelles when they took it over.
Yeah, because they've still been fighting in British court over that, right? For
Well,
years.
she got a British passport because of that.
Yeah, but weren't they fighting it within the British courts for years, and then finally the government said, no, we're not. It's not going back to you guys, and they kind of just blocked it from being able to be litigated again.
Yeah, they gave everybody that had to leave the island because of the military a British passport.
Yeah, because that was given to the U.S. by the British after World War II, wasn't it?
And we took it back.
Because I don't think you guys actually own it anymore. I think it's ours now, isn't it?
I think so.
It's like Panama. We can take it back if we really wanted it.
Who owns Diego Garcia?
I mean, the Seychelles are their own republic.
Stop.
They're not owned by anybody now. They're independent. And it's between Madagascar and Mauritius and the Seychelles.
Okay, so it says here that the UK has the right to exercise sovereign rights on Diego Garcia for a 99-year period to ensure the continued operation of the military base. The United States also operates a military base on Diego Garcia as part of a joint agreement with the UK.
Oh, so
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's split between the two.
Yeah.
We took the best side.
Well,
Uh,
from the sounds of it, it's ours, and we let you have a base there.
yeah, it's yeah, because it's like you guys have probably half of it, and we have half. Because that's what it sounds like. Is there's two different military bases there. But I've seen the overview pictures of that place, and that is a beautiful island. I'll tell you what.
All the islands there are really nice.
Like whoever, like I said, whoever gets stationed on Diego Garcia, yeah, they were sucking some officer off.
I think there's I think there's about 155 islands in the Seychelles, and other than Diego Garcia, there are only 3 that are inhabited.
Yeah, we have one off of the coast of
You
the
do.
East Coast. That's a couple hundred miles out.
Hey,
But
you
it's on the
back way
tip
down.
of an atoll, but I can't remember whose island it is. Remember who it's owned by. But I think we have an Air Force base there. It's
Don't spin like it did yesterday. I can feel something inside like a piece of dirt. Like I can feel something grinding it.
I think it's in the Atlantic Ocean, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel anything gritty.
In the Atlantic.
Oh yeah,
So
it's
what? They had
Seychelles
something
Islands.
inside.
Hey,
It's the Seychelles Islands. I think that's how you say it.
you sure that's not Staten Island in New York?
No, it says AS. It's ASCENSI.
Oh, it's the Ascension.
Ascension Islands.
Yeah.
In the Atlantic, and it actually has a U.S. and a Royal Air Force base there.
Yeah.
That's the one that's like right on the tip of an atoll. It's like really crazy looking.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at fucking pronouncing words. I swear to God. I fuck them up every time. I hate when somebody comes in my chat with a foreign name because I always fucking murder it.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy that the missing MH370 landed at Diego Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
all
nowhere
bullshit.
near Australia.
Yeah, and what would be the point of them landing there and then covering it up? I don't get that.
Yeah.
There's just bunch of foreign citizens. Like, what would be the point of that?
That's like easy a couple of thousand miles, maybe 4,000 miles away from where they assume it went down.
And the problem with conspiracies like that is I just can't believe them, because when there's hundreds of people on that base and that plane lands there, you can't tell me that all those people would keep that secret forever. You know?
Yeah, how are they going to hide a plane?
Yeah, well, they're not even just that. It's like like I said, there's hundreds of military personnel from not only the Royal Air Force, but the U.S. Air Force on that island. Why the fuck?
In fact,
there's no way that would stay quiet.
If it did land there, what did they do with all the passengers?
Exactly. Like, what would be the point in imprisoning a bunch of passengers and covering it up that were just a bunch of foreign citizens from other countries that were no big deal? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what would even be the point of just stealing a regular airline plane like that? I don't get it. But like, it's like the old saying, right? The best way to keep a secret between 3 people is if 2 of them are dead.
Yeah.
You can't, like I said, that's why I don't believe the moon landing was faked. There's just too many people were involved in that. Somebody would have came forward by now and said,
It
on their
was.
deathbed and said, oh yeah, we filmed it and had some kind of proof. Nobody's ever came forward and actually said that was involved in it.
That's it. I still believe that Area 50, what's it, is real.
Area 51?
Yeah.
Oh, it's real. It's there. Everybody
Oh,
knows
I
where
know.
it's at.
I think they've got an alien spaceship there.
Yeah, I ain't no telling. But like I said, it's just to keep a cover up like that as something that thousands of people are involved in that's so public. I just don't see how you could do that. You know, it's the thing is like with like the alien thing, right? Everything's like what do they call it? Decomper. Fuck, I can't never say that word. Where everything's sectioned off and you only know a little bit about what's going on.
Decompartmentalized.
Yeah. So yeah, that stuff like that is set up that way so people don't know the full story that are all working on the same project, right? But when you're doing a public thing like the moon landing that was so publicized, you got thousands of people involved. There's just no way that would have remained a secret. See, that was a big problem with the Manhattan Project, is it wasn't set up that way. And they were everybody knew about everything that was going on. Shit was getting leaked left and right. Because and all those scientists that were working on it, they don't all just know a little portion. They knew the whole story because they were rushing to get it done so quickly. I don't know why that word is a fucking tongue twister for me. Yeah, that's what I say. I can't believe things like that people try to say are conspiracies. Like, I think the JFK files, yeah, it was cool they were released, but I think exactly what happened is what fucking happened. Now, whether somebody was behind him doing it and telling him to do it, but I don't know. I always think the simplest answer is probably or most likely. People always want to turn everything into a conspiracy. Just like 9/11, how they try to say that was a conspiracy. Oh, I don't fucking believe that in a minute. That would have took so many people to pull that off. Change your battery up, right? 6 weeks of school left. Well, 5.5 weeks. The last week's only a half week.
All right.
I got a 3-day weekend next weekend because we're off Friday. And then we don't have any other holidays.
You only get Friday off.
For Easter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we already took, for some reason, they did the Easter break in the middle of March. I don't know why they did that.
Right. Well, we get Friday and Monday off at Easter anyway. You got Good Friday and Bank Holiday Monday.
Yeah, I don't know why our school district does Easter break or what they call spring break.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do it so early because all the other school districts take it off this next week, or they either took it this week or they took it next week.
Oh,
For some reason, we took it 3 weeks early.
Because what's it? Lance took it this week, just gone,
Right.
and his was the week before.
Yeah, and I was 2 weeks before him.
Yeah.
I was the second week of March. Why the fuck they take it so? Or I was either second week, I think. But I don't know why they take it so early. I don't get it.
I mean, over here, I think the most length of time they can have at school is 6 weeks, and then they have to have a break, which is why we have 3 terms, and each of those terms has a break in the middle as well, a half term.
No, there's periods where we go a couple months without no breaks. And then, but there's always like little stupid, like, government holidays and stuff. It's not something that's, I guess, necessarily mandatory, because not all schools take off every federal holiday. Some schools don't take off for certain federal holidays, and some do.
Yeah.
Because like what was it? Was it Martin Luther King? There was one holiday that we took off that Lance didn't get. I can't remember which one
Yeah,
it was,
that's
but
a
it was,
weird day off that.
but it was a federal holiday. But
I can understand Veterans Day and President's Day, but Martin Luther King Day?
well, that was set in place during the whole civil rights movement.
Mm.
But there was one holiday this year that I remember I took off that he didn't get. I just can't remember which one it was. It was somewhere in, I want to say like October or November, somewhere in there. It was a federal
Johnny's
holiday.
granddaughter threw the javelin yesterday, right? She came in second place in the college meet. The girl that won threw 37 meters even, right? Gracie threw 36.7. Next closest was 33.
How
She
old is
lost by 0.3 meters.
How old is she?
She's a second year of college, I think. Probably
So what does that
probably
make?
like 18 and 19.
17?
Yeah, but it's the closest to them with 3 meters back.
They should be throwing it further than that.
I think it's kind of short myself, but
Yeah.
but I don't know. It could be all kind of factors, Could have been wind, it could have been everything else. Because yesterday was windy.
Mm.
But that would aggravate me losing by that much,
Mm. I wonder what it is. Echo, what's the world record for women's javelin?
Barbara Spotakova of the Czech Republic currently holds the women's world record for the javelin throw, with a distance of 72.28 meters.
That's double the distance.
On the 13th of September 2008. Did that answer your
72
question?
meters?
Yes,
Thanks for your
It's-
feedback.
in
It says-
2008. Yeah,
They say 72.2 meters.
something like that.
Sure, that wasn't a woman, right?
Yeah,
That's lots.
the Czechoslovakia.
That's 78 yards. That's pretty fucking far.
That's pretty far.
Damn near.
That's a woman stuck in a men's body.
That's
200
almost a
200,
full.
Somebody better look at the pants.
230 feet, something like that.
It's damn near a football field. Well, it's standard football field here.
What do you mean? It's 2 football fields.
No, our standard football field's 100 yards.
Oh, 100 yards, yeah.
So that's why I said it's almost. So it's like 22 yards short.
Yeah.
That's why I said our football field, not yours.
Yeah. Oh, our football fields are bigger than yours.
Yeah. Ours are, I think, of what, 120 with the end zones. I think
Yeah,
one
you
of those is 10
You've got
yards.
a 10-yard end zone, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning,
120.
drone shots.
I think each
Yeah,
one
but
of
the
those is 10 yards.
end zone isn't part of the actual pitch because the goals are still at the 0 line.
No, but if you're running the ball, you do have to run that.
You've got to
Yeah,
get in.
most of-
You've only got to
right.
get an inch into it. You don't have to get all 10 yards.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is some of those guys will be running so fucking fast, they'll run right past the fucking field goal.
Mark, you sure that was a woman?
If they run through the end zone and catch it, that doesn't count, does it?
Not unless they catch it right in the inside of it first, as long as they're.
Yeah.
Depending on what league, you gotta have 2 feet or 1 foot in.
But I'm saying
College
sometimes
is
those
1
guys
foot,
are
2
running
feet
so
approach.
fast, it takes them 15 yards to stop.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm jumping off. I'm gonna go. I gotta throw some stuff away, and then I might go. I'm gonna see about. Still cool.
You're
I'm
leaving,
hoping
Joe?
that. Yeah.
He's gonna go and buy some shrimp.
Hey, man. Hey, I need to go buy a bag of shrimp too. Give me another $7.99 bag of shrimp. Shoot.
Okay, Joe, you have a good day, and everybody, I guess we'll shut it down because Joe says, got time to go, time to go.
I did not say that, Paul.
Yeah, you heard it, didn't you, Ed?
Well, Paul hasn't been here for the last 30 minutes. He's been on the phone.
Well, I was on the phone with my bank again. My bank keeps screwing up my accounts and locking me out and doing this and doing that, and it's like, oh my God.
That's because you keep buying stuff or pressing on stuff that you're not supposed to be pressing on.
I'm putting the wrong password in.
Yeah, that's what they said. It was wrong password and locked my account.
Yeah, they changed your password last week, so you probably didn't write it down. So you were trying to use your old password.
I wrote it down, and it still didn't take it, but I think I put a space in between my name and the initial and
It's
So
either
you're
that.
saying it was
This-
pilot error.
this getting old just sucks. I'll tell you that.
There you go. Bingo. I got it. That's what I was waiting for. Bingo.
It's either that or they gave you a temporary password which only lasted a week and you had to change it during that week and you didn't.
No, that wasn't it. The password finally went through. It was I had the girl on the phone and she verified who I was and unlocked it. And then while she was on the phone with me, I put my password in. First time it didn't work. I had to put my password in the second time. She says, well, don't put any spaces in.
That's what you're probably doing.
Yep.
Just make sure you got it circled and know that's a new password. Put a date by it.
Yeah, I got a date on it. Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks
Next
for
week
being
we'll
here.
do it again.
Joe says everybody have a good day and we'll see you again later
Later.
today.